Okay, so today we're talking about our lighting console here at Paramount Baptist Church. I kind of just reach over, find a power switch, and turn it on, and you'll see it boot up. It'll take a little bit. Okay, once you reach this screen, we just typically set the fader setting to 3 seconds. And you do that by pushing down on the change button and rotating the encoder until you reach 3 seconds, then let off the change button. And now all your sequences will fade on 3 seconds. Okay, so we've already turned on the lighting console. We set the fader time to 3 seconds. Now we just need to get the board set up for our use. And we switch to, from no lights here, you go through TOG and put it on kill. That seems inappropriate for a church, but that's the correct nomenclature for that button. And then what you would do is you could, let's say, set a preset. Well, not set a preset. We're going to use a preset that we've already entered. And the lights fade up on 3 seconds. And then we'll just change so you can see. Here's our slide setting. You should see the lights fade a little bit. Not so much. Here's a video setting that we use for any broadcast of video on the screens which are not down. We'll put those down. And heading back to the Sunday setting. Let's see all the lights come up. So what I'm going to demonstrate now with the lighting console is how to program a scene using the faders. For this example, we're going to use fader 2 at max setting, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 15, and 22. And you can see what that looks like if you want. There you go. Now we wish to assign the faders, the 2, the 4, the 68, the 10, the 14, 15, and 22 to a preset. So we're going to hit the record button, which I just did. You can see the red light's on. And we're going to go over here to 10. And that should have taken. We'll see if that's actually the case. So we're going to pull all these down. And then we are going to go to setting 10. There you go. That's how you make a scene using faders. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change a preset, which happens when you have, let's say, an Easter cantata or a Christmas cantata. For this example, we already have a preset loaded on 10, and it's shown in the sanctuary at the moment. But we wish to change that. We're not going to use the change button. What we're going to do is we're going to edit this setting by clicking the edit button. And up here it says select chase or stack. Okay, so we are going to go back to 10, select it, and you'll see that the color changed on the light on the board right there. Went from green to like a pink. And then now we can scroll to which particular fixture or fader we want to change. So to change it, you're going to push the change button. And let's say we just want to change the intensity to, let's say, 75%. We'll change that one. And let's say we want to change this one to 75%. There we go. In order to get this change to stay, you hit the record button. And so I'll ask you to record from stage or from the mod you made. If you're recording from the stage, that means you would have had to use the faders to make these changes. We didn't use the faders, we used the encoder, so you're going to want to hit mods. Okay. And then what you should see is some of those lights have changed to 50% brightness. And we may have missed one, so let's go back and do this one more time. With the edit button, I'm 10. Okay, we'll scroll over, we'll find the other fixture that's probably sitting on 100. Right there it is. Okay, we're going to change it. 75. We're going to see if there's any other fixtures on out there. All the way out to 64. Okay. Okay, and we're going to hit record. We're going to do the mods. Now, all the lights that are on the wall are what I changed from 100% to 75%. All right. So here is a laminated copy of the audio intercom stage lighting plot. Everything's numbered in terms of stage pin. All right. The next piece of paper I'm going to show you, in terms of lighting, it's all marked with stage pin numbers. Okay. Here's that Excel spreadsheet that I was talking about. Okay, where you have a slot, and that refers to the dimmer slot back in the dimmer packs. Dimmer number, which is specifically the slot back in the dimmer pack. Then you have stage pin, and we talked about stage pin. That's the marking that's on the white bar. And then we've also assigned dimmer load as well. And let's go back to dimmer number, because the dimmer number corresponds with the fader on the console. For instance, we look here, maybe hard to see, but dimmer 1 is actually lined up with stage pin 1. Dimmer 5, unfortunately, is tied to stage pin 5 and 6, and then stage pin 7 is tied to 8. So you can see not everything is 1-to-1, but you need this. Sorry for shaking that. You need this to figure out what's where. If everything was designed 1-to-1, this would be much easier. Okay, so we should be zoomed in on the numbering scheme for the lighting fixtures. Everything's numbered upside down, unfortunately. That's kind of the nature of this beast. And there's a corresponding spreadsheet in the back that lays out the stage pin number, which you're looking at, and how it relates to the fader number on the lighting console in the back. And unfortunately, it's not 1-to-1, meaning stage pin 31 doesn't necessarily go to fader 31 back on the lighting console. That is why there's this Excel spreadsheet back there to delineate what goes where. Okay, so at the moment we're looking at one of two oddball stage lights. All of our stage lights take the same bulb except for these two stage lights. That's something to remember when ordering bulbs. All right, today we're going to discuss how to change the light bulbs in your theatrical fixtures. The video clip is going to be zoomed in, and there is what appears to be a brass screw. And you'll need to take a small flathead screwdriver up on the ladder with you. You loosen that screw on the back of the housing, you pull the housing out, and the bulb is held in by friction and two spring clips. Sometimes the bulb gets stuck due to heat cycles, and it's going to take some effort to pull the bulb out. When you put the new bulb in, do not touch the bulb with your bare hands. The oils on the glass will make the bulb prematurely fail. The way I do that, there is a padded sleeve that the bulb comes in. I hold the bulb by the padded sleeve, insert with the padded sleeve, stuff the thing in my pocket, and put everything back together and climb back down the ladder. All right, so what we're looking at is the breaker panel for, we'll call it the theatrical lighting. The theatrical lighting I'll define as all lighting within the sanctuary minus the overhead fluorescent lights that are controlled at the wall by two switches, either at the double doors or up by the sound room area. You want to check these probably in the morning, make sure they're not flipped. Sometimes they flip in the middle of the night, electrical storm or what have you, or a bulb goes out, and as soon as you turn everything on, it's going to trip a breaker. And I'm not going to trip this, but you'll see that flipped over in the off position if it was tripped. The other thing you'll notice is it's dead quiet in here. It's dead quiet because the lighting console is not energized. So what we do is when we come in, we're going to do some work at the sanctuary. If we need all the theatrical lights on, there's a switch on the back of that console. You turn that on, then that brings these two units up, and you'll hear fans running up to cool everything. Later on, I'll show you there's I think 3 wall packs that are not presently hooked up. They were originally, but they had a wiring failure. But those would be energized all the time, and the problem with having those working, and the reason I haven't fixed them, is that if they're energized all the time, all the fans are running all the time, 24 hours a day, 365 days out of the year. So when you really need cooling, let's say on a Sunday, if your fans aren't working, you're not going to have cooling, you're not going to have lights. So I have preferred to not repair the 3 wall packs in order to prevent these things from running 24 hours a day until they break. All right, earlier we were discussing the dimmer packs in the mechanical room and the wall plates. This is one of the wall plates. If it was energized, this would be lit up. This is what I'm talking about when the wall plate, and I'm saying do not fix these connections, leave them alone.